Do you know what the most common cause of death is on the first night of a system collapse? It's not hunger and not a looter's bullet. It's simple politeness.
Social instincts are our main vulnerability, which the something that came with the darkness uses as a lockpick. I survived that night only because 3 hours before the knock on my door I saw my neighbor Arthur die. But when at 2 in the morning he was standing outside my door asking to be let in to wait out the chaos, he looked more alive than the living. I'll tell you exactly what gave away the imitation and why your old familiar acquaintance is the most dangerous enemy in hour zero. The SHTF, when SHT hits the fan, event happened instantly. At 1900 hours the city was simply switched off. Not just the lights, the very vibration of civilization disappeared. At moments like that, the brain looks for support in the familiar. We expect someone we know to come, and together we'll figure out what to do. That's exactly what traps beginners. I barricaded myself immediately. Water supply, weapons, curtains closed. Rule number 1, in the first 24 hours, you do not exist for anyone. Your home is a black hole. At 2200 hours I saw through the window how Arthur, my neighbor on the landing, was trying to start his car. He was attacked. They weren't people. They were shadows moving faster than the human eye can register. I saw everything through night vision binoculars. Arthur didn't just stop breathing, he was taken apart. I locked myself with every lock. But at exactly 1:15, there was a knock. "Mark, it's Arthur. Listen, something crazy is happening outside. Let me in, my key broke in the lock, I can't get into my place." I went cold. The voice was perfect. The same rasp, the same slight accent. If I hadn't seen his death with my own eyes, I would have opened. I approached the door without turning on the light. Looked through the peephole. Arthur stood in his usual coat. He looked frightened. He rubbed his frozen hands, a completely human gesture. But there was one detail that broke the whole picture. A logical error that it didn't account for. It was pouring rain outside. Not a single drop fell from Arthur's clothes. He was completely dry. And in the hallway, his breathing couldn't be heard. The silence behind the door was vacuum-like. "Arthur," I said through the door. "I can't open." "Instructions." "Mark, come on, we've known each other for 10 years. Just let me in, something's happening outside." His face in the peephole didn't change, but the voice began to layer. As if 3 people were saying the same phrase at once. And then he stopped blinking. Just stared into the peephole lens, unmoving, for 5 minutes. It didn't leave. It started scratching. Not with nails. The sound was like sandpaper dragged across metal. Then I heard a door open on the floor above. The neighbor, Mrs. Green. She was lonely and kind. I heard her voice, "Arthur? Oh my God, come in quickly." At that very second there was a sound I will never forget. It wasn't a scream. It was the sound of space collapsing. As if all the air was instantly sucked out of the room along with the person. And again absolute, dead silence. On the first night of SHTF, physics and biology change. What comes disguised as your friends is a predator mimicking social bonds. They know we won't be able to refuse our own. If this story made you think about how dangerous ordinary politeness can be, hit like. In an apocalypse, it's not the kindest who survive, but the most vigilant. Write in the comments, what detail in your acquaintance's behavior would make you not open the door? Let's test your intuition. Subscribe to the channel, here we break down survival scenarios and the psychology of behavior in crisis situations every week. Stay safe. And remember, if a familiar person comes to you on the first night of chaos, it's most likely no longer them.